Let me let you in on a hard truth. Most musicians don't actually know what they're selling. You think you're selling your skills and your talent and your songs, but you're not. You're actually selling something much, much deeper. And until you realize what that is, you'll remain underpaid, underbooked, and invisible, no matter how good you are. So in this video, I'm letting you in on the secrets of selling yourself as a musician. And it's not about being salesy. It's about understanding what people actually buy. And it's probably not what you think. So I want to start this off by reading a comment that was left on one of my videos. And this was an amazing comment. It's an amazing question. And this is going to illustrate what we're talking about in this video. So I'll start at the second sentence here where he says, I have a question which bothers me, or which has been bothering me for a while now, concerning marketing and sales. He says, a plumber fixes broken toilets and a dentist fixes broken teeth. Which problems are musicians actually solving? What are musicians selling? Why would a fan or a customer take money out of his pocket and trade it for something that he perceives as more valuable? So let me tell you this. Plumbers don't just fix broken toilets. You know what they fix? They fix your worry and your frustration. And dentists don't just fix broken teeth or fill cavities. You know what they fix? They fix the problem of you not looking bad in front of your friends and in front of other people. Think about it like this. Think about why people buy cars. Take a regular Toyota and a Lamborghini. Why is it that despite the fact that both cars get you from A to B efficiently like you need to be or need to do, that a person generally prefers to have or own a Lamborghini? They can be sold a Lamborghini that costs 10 times the cost of the Toyota because there's something deeper that they're buying. They're not just buying the car that takes them from A to B. The person that hires the plumber is not just hiring the person to fix the broken pipe. Or the dentist is not just hiring the person to fix the broken teeth. You see how it's something much deeper in those issues. So why is it that most musicians then fail at selling themselves? Well, I'll present 3 reasons to you, and these are the 3 biggest reasons that I see across pretty much all genres of music and musicians. What happens first is that they think that it's about the music. They think that selling themselves and what they do is about the music. So what happens is we practice and we try to learn all of this music and the fancy licks and riffs and runs. And then we try to sell that, or we try to sell ourselves as the great musician. And that's not what what people actually buy. And this is why you sometimes see musicians who are less talented than you and that know less than you that are booked and that are paid, that are getting all of the gigs. It's because people are not actually buying the skills. Nobody cares about the fancy riff or run or the skill that you've played or you've been practicing for the past 3 months when you get on stage. They're buying something completely different. So the takeaway in this one is that it's never about the music. It's really about providing an experience for people. And we'll dive a little bit more into that a little later. Now, the second reason is they don't know or even believe that their music solves a problem. So like we just talked about the dentist and the plumber solving problems, or even the car salesman, when he's selling a car, he's actually solving a problem. Musicians don't even think about their music in those terms. The first question that we have to ask when someone hires us is, what's in it for them? That's the biggest problem that they have. So what happens is, it's so funny that what happens is when I'm doing consultations with musicians, and I do consultations, by the way, you can find my consultation link in the description of this video. But when I'm doing consultations with musicians and I ask this question about what problem are they trying to solve? When they tell me about everything that they do and what their music is, and I ask them what problem they're solving, they stop and look at me like, huh? What do you mean problem I'm solving? It's like we don't even know that what we do is solving problems. Here's the thing to understand. A bar that wants to hire you, your band, or you as a musician has a problem. You know what their problem is? Keeping people entertained in their venue so that they stay there and buy drinks and food. See how that works? A bridal couple has a problem when they're hiring you for their wedding reception. Their problem is they want to create memorable moments for their special day. That's a problem that they have that needs solving. Even a church has a problem when they hire you as a musician to play at their church. They're hiring you to facilitate, or they have a problem with helping people connect to what's going on in the service and, be inspired to, be a part of what's going on and a part of the message, and even, of course, give money. You see how all of those things are problems. What we're doing as musicians is we are solving problems. So the takeaway and the lesson in this one is that there's always a problem that music solves. And the more problems you solve and the more those problems you can figure out that you're solving for people, the more money you make. Now, the third reason that musicians fail at selling themselves is that they don't know how to talk about themselves. This is a really important part of communications. So what happens is, like I said earlier, is most musicians focus on the stuff. They focus on their skills and their abilities and their achievements and all of this kind of stuff. I remember when I first moved to the city that I live in now, and it was so funny that I would meet musicians. And even before they told me their name, they told me like people who they played for. I would introduce myself. Hey man, I'm Terrence. I play such and such. And they would say their name. Hey, I'm such and such. I play for this major artist. I'm like, okay. So people have this tendency to tell you about their skills and about their stuff. But again, that's not what people buy. But the other part of that is that there's a way to talk about yourself that makes it really, 10 to 100 times more likely that people are going to hire you and say yes to what it is that you're doing. So instead of talking about your skills, instead of talking about your achievements and what you've done and, all of the things that you have and all of that kind of stuff, start saying what experience you create for people. Start talking about that. So when someone is hiring you, it's not, oh, we're a good band, we're a good jazz band, we're a good R&B band, we're a good rock band, and we play rock music. Instead of communicating like that, you start talking about things like, or you say that in a way that is a benefit to other people. You answer that question of what's in it for them. So you say something instead of that. I provide memorable experiences for bridal couples and for venues to, facilitate whatever the problem is, if it's to keep their audience entertained. So I provide jazz music, inspirational jazz music to keep an audience entertained in a club so that people stay there and buy drinks. I'm telling you, you communicate that, you say that to a bar owner, they're going to be like, oh, I think I'm going to hire you. That's how that works. So again, the lesson here is people don't buy and you don't sell what it is that you do. You don't sell your playing skills and your abilities and all of that. You sell what people feel when you play. You sell an experience and you learn how to communicate that experience. Now, let's get into what you're actually selling and really break this down, because this is the part that'll really change how you see your career forever. And it's really what's going to keep you booked and keep you paid. So what is it that musicians actually sell and what would make a fan? Let's answer this question that was asked in the comment. What actually makes a fan or a customer like take money out of their pocket and give it to you for what you do as a musician? Here's the thing. Listen to me carefully. What you're selling is never about what you make. Again, it's never about the music. It's always about what they feel. It's never about what you do, how you do it, and your skill level. It's about how they feel. You're selling to them an experience, an emotion. This is the thing that's always going to keep you hired and booked. So, for example, when you're playing at a wedding reception or even a wedding or something like that, again, you're not selling music, you're selling a memory. You're creating an emotional sort of setting or memory for them to glom onto so that they have something to remember years to come. See, that is more valuable to them than just some random band playing at their wedding reception. See how that works? So when you're playing at a bar, even for example, you're not just selling cover songs that you play, you're selling an escape. That's what people come to clubs and bars for whatever type of escape it is, to get away from, work, to decompress, to get away from the mundaneness of life and all of that kind of stuff. This is the kind of stuff that you're selling. Again, you're selling the experience. So again, when you're playing for church, like I mentioned earlier, you're not selling notes, you're selling connection, and you're selling community. Those are the emotions that you're selling with your music. My friends, this is why people will hire you. This is why people will come back and book you over and over again when you provide those experiences and when you sell them those experiences. They will love you for it. Again, the person that buys the Lamborghini that is going down the street is getting them all of the attention from, the guy that buys the Lamborghini is getting all the attention from the girls and stuff that's waving at him. That's what you sell him on. That's how you get him to open up his pocket and give you $150,000, 200, how much ever a Lamborghini costs, $250,000 for a car. When you sell him that emotion, when you say, imagine how it feels when you're driving down the street and all of the girls are waving at you, and you drive up at the bar, you get out the car and everybody's looking at you. That's an experience, right? That is what you're selling as a musician. When you learn to tap on the emotional experience to what you're doing as a musician and actually sell that, that's what's going to keep you booked. Now, what I want to do is give you a sort of formula or format that I use to sell when I'm selling myself, no matter if it's my consultation skills, or consultation services, or studio services, or even me being booked as a musician or a band. And it's called the EMP formula. The E is for emotion, the M is for meaning, and the P is for problem solving. Let me break that down really quickly for you. So the emotion part of it, the E is the emotion. This is about, what do they feel when they hear you? What do they feel when they hear you? Is it joy? Is it nostalgia? Is it peace? You see how those are emotions. This is what you put in your communication. And these are the things that you're actually selling. Again, keep that Lamborghini example in mind. You're selling the girls waving at the dude and how he feels, the joy, the emotion. That's what you're selling, right? Now, the M part of it, the meaning, branches on from that. And what you have to do is ask the question of, what does that emotion mean to the person that you're selling? So it's taking that emotion and sort of making it even go deeper. So you have the emotion of joy of the girls that's waving at the dude. And what that eventually means for that person is going to feel like he's important. He's going to feel like somebody. He's going to feel like, he's not lost and he's a good person. That's what that means to that person. And when you sell that meaning, when you go that level deeper and you sell that meaning, that is everything. This applies to no matter what you're selling. I'm talking about this as a musician, but if you apply these principles to whatever you're selling, it's going to work. Now, the last part of it, the P, again, is for problem solving. So you ask yourself the question of, what is the problem that your music fixes? What is the problem that it solves? Does it solve loneliness? Does it solve boredom or emptiness? Again, when you infuse these emotions, again, we've been talking about emotions and experiences. When you infuse these things into what it is that you're selling, the sky is the limit. People always buy based on their emotion and based on experiences, no matter what it is that you're selling. So let me know what you think about these techniques or selling techniques. These are the valuable techniques that literally millionaires use and, Fortune 500 companies use for day-to-day selling and what they do. Jump down in the comments and let me know. Let me know any sales tactics and techniques that you have as well. And also, if you're interested in going deeper on this subject of selling yourself as a musician, I'm actually doing a training coming up in a couple of weeks, and it's called The Art of Selling. And it's going to be a small workshop. It's going to be a small training that's only available to a certain amount of people, but I'm inviting you to it right now. You can find the link to it in this description of this video. It's at a very, very inexpensive cost, and I do recommend it for all musicians. We already have over 250 people signed up, and we're keeping the numbers low, so make sure you sign up at the link below. And in the meantime, check out this video. I'm sure it'll be helpful for you, and I will see you in the next video.